Hey loungers, Coles here. Today I'm going through the weekly special events in Heroes vs. Hordes, from the pure money grabs from those greedy Swift developers, all the way to the best barnstorming bargains for free-to-play players. Because, in all honesty, there are more player-friendly events than others. But the best way to win is simpler than you think. You don't have to open your wallet in order to be successful. The best way to take advantage of the special events is just to participate. Over the course of the last year, I've gotten a half dozen or so free weapons and heroes just from never missing a spin. So, with that in mind, I'm going to cover ranking each event in terms of expected value, the mechanics for each event, and for those looking to pull out their wallet, when the optimal time to do so is, and what you can expect to pay in terms of gems or in real money. By the way, I'm Coles, I'm a high-level HVH player. If this video helps you better spend your gems and events, then consider subscribing. You can also sign up for my Patreon for a chance at a monthly giveaway. So let's get ready to spin some wheels, roll some dice, and throw some darts as we cover the special events in Heroes vs. Hordes. At number 9, I have the Lucky Spin. The Lucky Spin ranks as the worst event for free-to-play players in my book. It's just a once-a-day ticket that involves spinning a wheel. That wheel will usually have prizes on each of the 4 corners. The better version of the wheel has heroes at each of the 4 corners, and the worst version has tokens on 2 of the 4 corners. My big beef here isn't so much in the odds of the wheel, it's in the mechanics of the event, where you only get 1 ticket a day unless you pay money. Free-to-play players are going to stick to that 1 spin a day and just pray to the Swift gods that they get something. If you're willing to spend money, I would wait to the version with the hero on all 4 corners. I personally did this last year when I was in the reckless spending version of Heroes vs. Hordes, but I at least knew I was going to get the hero I wanted from the pity system. And this is the first time I'm mentioning pity, so I'll just go over it real quick. That's that little bar below the event that gives you a special reward just for completing a certain number of spins. The idea being that if you get super unlucky, you at least get something. But fortunately, the rewards only get better from here. Number 8, I have the Lucky Draw. I have a video on this, and you're really not gonna get lucky at the Lucky Draw when it comes to getting a hero. But you can play it smart and actually get a decent set of rewards over the course of a whole year. The weekly event requires you to spend gems in order to spin the wheel. Based on the probabilities, you're gonna have to clear the whole board to get the hero, and that costs 17,000 gems, which is totally not worth it. But if you only spin once, your expected value over the course of a year is actually extraordinarily high for the resources that you're getting. Because of the 200 gem space, most spins over the course of the year, if you do one, actually net out to free. I've been doing this thanks to SpiderPig over the last 3 months, and it's significantly increased the number of gems I have in my wallet over that time period. That said, if you put in 3 months of the gem pack for $45, you can guarantee whichever hero you want that comes up in the Lucky Draw. And so if you really want something like Clockwork Mage, $45 isn't the worst deal for her over the course of 3 months. So while I only spin this wheel once each week, I highly recommend you spin the next wheel as much as you can, as often as you can. At number 7, I had the Mega Lucky Wheel. The Mega Lucky Wheel comes in many shapes and sizes. Sometimes it features heroes, sometimes it features weapons, sometimes it's both, sometimes it has event tokens, and sometimes it doesn't. The common factor between all of them is that you get 8 quests a day, and those quests unlock spins of the wheel. Over the course of 7 days, you get 56 spins. If you're willing to stay up until midnight on the last day, you can push that number up to 64. Those 64 spins is what give you actually a decent shot at getting the main prize, even at low odds. For example, in a most recent event, you had a 0.6% chance of getting a hero on any spin. But doing all 56 spins actually gave you a 25% chance of hitting one of those heroes, which also means that if you do about like 4 or 5, 6 of these events, you should get one hero. And that's been my experience. And while I got lucky there, I have not been lucky at this next event. At number 6, I have darts. Darts are a true crapshoot. They're nice because they offer daily events in exchange for darts to throw at the board. The problem is, I've gotten really unlucky with that board. Each dart has a 1 in 25% shot of hitting a special token on the board, which will clear out the entire board and give you all the rewards. To get the hero or the main prize of the event, you typically have to hit that thing like 9 times. As a free-to-play player, you're not going to do that. But you could at least hit it a couple times and get a decent set of tokens. This one's fun because of the quests, but that board system makes it very unlikely that a free-to-play player is going to win enough tokens for the hero. And because of the randomness of it, I wouldn't suggest using gems for more darts. The odds could be really in your favor, but they probably won't, which isn't great for free-to-play players. While the luck probably won't be on your side for darts, in the next one, you can at least create some of your own luck. At number 5, I have the Lucky Wheel. This is a little mix of a grind and a gamble, and I personally found it to be a lot of fun. It most recently occurred during Easter, where you have to run through the battlefield, breaking open boxes that contain loot that you can then use to spin a wheel. Every once in like 1,000 boxes, you get a golden piece of loot that lets you automatically spin the wheel. Spinning the wheel gets increasingly more expensive, so you can only expect to spin it maybe 5-6 times during the day, but it actually makes grinding a lot more fun because you have something to do instead of just putting it on auto mode and forgetting about it. So the reason why I like it is because you actually do stuff. This is not really going to be a lucky event for you in the sense that you're just going to have to hope that the wheel lands on something. Now, unless there's some pity system that guarantees the hero for a certain number of spins, then you shouldn't be using real money or gems on this event. Instead, you should think about waiting until this next event to spend them. At number 4, I had Dice Dash. Similar to the darts event, there's a lot of RNG that goes into this one, but the nice thing is, as a free-to-play player, you're going to get a ton of rewards just for doing the quests. Sure, you probably won't get the hero. Again, Spider-Pig did the math, and it's going to be like 1 in 10,000 shot, but what can happen is you will get a ton of resources. I tracked them last time, and I got an unbelievable amount of hero shards and hero forge tokens from just doing all of the quests. And what's nice is that you still do get event tokens. And at the end of the event, you can see how many tokens you ended up luckily getting, and then you can go to the web store and buy the remaining ones in order to get the hero. The last time this happened, I got pretty lucky, and I think I could have bought the main hero Druid for like $40 in web store tokens. Again, that's cheaper than getting him from other sources. But the win here is just in all the resources you get. This is a really strong free-to-play player-friendly event for all the resources from all of the spins. Next up at number 3, I have the Wheel of Fortune. This event combines a wheel with usually 2 big items, tokens, a pity system, and an exchange. This event marks the first time when you can pretty reliably start to get heroes for 7,000 to 8,000 gems. Before this, it's going to either take you some real money in order to get the tokens you need to hit the hero, or just getting extraordinarily lucky in the event. With this event, the expected value of just doing the 100 spins will net you the hero, and so it's just a matter of completing the quests and then filling out the additional pity spins in order to hit the hero. For 8,000 gems, that's like a month and a half of using the gem delivery system, or just saving up over the course of 2 or 3 months. I personally could have got Dark Paladin for under $20 from the last time this event was held, which would have been a great deal. Unfortunately, I'm at the end of my spending for the year, and so I couldn't do it that time. But next year, he's mine. At number 2, if you're like me and you don't like to gamble, then the mining event is the one for you. In this event, you complete daily quests for pickaxes or pitchforks based on the version of the event. As you dig down, you unlock resources like satchels, treasure chests, and event tokens. The key to success here is digging down as deep as you can, ignoring small wins along the way in order to get the big payoffs from the depth mechanic. I have a whole video on this that you can see elsewhere. But for now, know that you can guarantee the main prize of the event for typically 3,000 gems, whether it's the hero or a weapon, making it the best deal at getting a weapon or a hero in terms of gems outside of always doing your adventures. I personally have unlocked Borer, Pitchfork, Smoke Bomb, and the Oracle all from this event type. And again, the nice thing here is if you buy pickaxes from the web store, which are relatively cheap, you can actually get multiple main prizes like multiple weapons or multiple heroes for something like $50, which is a great deal, giving you a whole bunch of options as either a free-to-play player or someone willing to spend money to unlock the resources. And while you've minimized the amount of luck in the mining events, this last event doesn't require any luck. At number 1, I have the grind event. It's the only event type where dedicated effort will result in you getting the main prize of the event, typically a hero. The number of bosses that you can clear in any day is limited only by your energy and time. In fact, a lot of the best players use this as an opportunity to get the Diamond Pass and just go ham for a week, doing as many runs as humanly possible. You can grind so much that not only can you get the hero, you can max out their shards and their forge tokens. But the problem here is that most people are schlubs like me, who are willing to put in the time and the grind in order to get the main hero. but won't spend the money on the Diamond Pass and the game speed boost. Which means that Swift isn't going to make any money from this event, and therefore isn't going to run it very often. The last one that happened was the Nutcracker right at Christmas time 6 months ago. But I don't really expect to see this one all that much. Maybe once a year going forward, hopefully a little more, but probably not more than that. That said, I could see them making Necromancer available in this game method eventually because he's such a bad hero and nobody wants him. And that's it. That's my ranking of the events in Heroes vs. Hordes. Again, the key here is just to play consistently. Heroes vs. Hordes is a grind, and every grind counts. Putting in the time to do the quests each day and spin all those wheels will eventually net you a bunch of free-to-play resources. The nice thing is you can speed up that time by spending your gems and your money optimally along the way. Unlike me, who's wasted at least a couple $100 on things that I never should have bought in the first place. But that's why I made the mistakes, so that you don't have to. And I'm Coles, a high-level HVH player. You can find a written companion to this video on my website, hbhlounge.com. You can also sign up for my Patreon, where you'll be entered for a monthly giveaway. You can also become an executive producer. The executive producers of this video are Cake Invictus, Riverwind, TheWuba, Krabs, Charlos, Dennis, and Jason. Thank you all so much for your support. If you liked the video, please subscribe. And remember, always do your adventures! My wife did a night shift last night, so I couldn't film in my basement studio, so I'm in the living room. That's where we got engaged. Those are some family pictures. And that's some art.